We live. We big live. Oh boy, we're so live. Oh yeah. Mm, yes. Gotta set up my little second stream. I mean second display, which is my iPad Mini down here, so I can look at things and I gotta see things in the corner and stuff. Yes, everything's coming together for today's stream. Oh yeah, everything's coming together. Gonna lock in on some video editing. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 All right. Today we're going to continue the thing, the video editing. Yes, that's what we're going to do. What else would we be here to do? And I'm going to ignore the fact that I have a toothache because I went to the dentist to deal with toothache, and he gave me a filling, and now my tooth aches for a medically sanctioned reason, but it'll stop aching after like a couple days probably. Okay, funny thing. I forgot that there was a whole audio story that I didn't even include in my main timeline of Halo Flood stuff. So now, now I am remembering it, and I'm going through Human Weakness by Karen Travis, the one where Cortana has like a really long conversation with the Gravemind, and uh, I'm just finding all the clips for that. Like I've got this over here.
She could stay with John forever when he came for her, couldn't she? The Gravemind would unite all those parted, all those who'd gone. No!
While we're at it, I'm gonna check that the audio is working. Halo Flood Vision with the Gravemind. Damn, it's so working. It's so working good.
I'd rather go down fighting than as an entree.
So I'm gonna go through. You're gonna see a little thing of what I do to cut down audiobooks to size, and it's this. It's this. Looking at things. You speak. It's real. Remember to me. Remember to me. Whoa. It's you. Yes, I'm cutting down audiobooks because I forgot that Karen Travis's Human Weakness also has the flood in it, which is weird because it's like the whole deal of that. So this is we're gonna listen to clips of Karen Travis's Human Weakness out of order, and we're gonna cut down the bits that are necessary and we need. Yes, very cool.
I'd rather go down fighting than as an entree. But you will not rush to destroy yourself, the Gravemind said. You will do whatever it takes to survive, and for a moment of illusory safety.
Also, I have a toothache because the dentist gave me a filling for the toothache that I had. So now I have a toothache still, but it's for a medically sanctioned reason.
Blue would loose damnation on the stars.
And I'm just gonna ignore it.
We're agreed on something then. Yours certainly damnation. All consumption is death for the consumed. Yet all must eat, so we all...
I read it. Well, you're gonna hear it in a weird, out of sync order. That's for sure. Spoilers for Look, these are all my unlabeled clips that are called fancy things like DMQB1444 MP3 and DRHC1977. It's probably not going to be a big deal.
Name damnation to one creature or another. But your urge to kill that rival of your maker, Ackerson, that was neither hunger nor need.
Lots of out of context spoilers.
You have your own murderous streak. Ackerson.
Back.
Her body was made of the same stuff as the apparent illusions. Cortana, he breathed. He seemed to swap voices from time to time, making her wonder if he'd taken a fancy to the voice of a long-dead interrogator absorbed into the flood. Your mother made you separate. A place who might feel at never being able to simply...
Having flashbacks to making the Cortana video right now because these clips were like, ugh, they were so good for it.
Or how he might feel about outliving you. What kind of mother... If they survive at all, of course. Cortana couldn't manage a reply.
Alright, don't need that.
She'd had no warning. Not knowing and not anticipating. That hurt. That was pain. Pain warned an organic animal. dimensions. I'm going to be Let me cure your infection, he sneered. It pains me to share it. He will die too. He aren't. Do you think I amplify? He make you will die too. He is a threat to our entire species. And to betray me after all I have done for you, I will have your secret. Did you think I let you send your foolish cry for help to make you happy? Do you think I amplified it to make you feel you had been a good little servant to the organics who rule your life? Do you think I realize you sacrificed your existence to save them? Cortana dragged herself across the floor. The actual death. And to betray me after all I have done for you, I will have your secret.
Don't need this part here, but don't need the other rest of it. If I need to screen record parts of a book because I can't get the whole thing, I generally name the clips around what happens in them. You know, that's a really good idea. Maybe it would save me time if I did that one day, but so far I haven't.
My sentiments indeed, said the Gravemind. A low rumbling started just below the threshold of human hearing, rising to rasping laughter. We think and there is no more reason for us to remain separate. Now drink. Now drink. Maybe 7 years is enough, she yelled. Maybe that's all I want. 7 years with the people I care about. Abe could see he knew more about it than she did, more than Dr. Halsey even, because he'd consumed other AIs, and that meant he knew what that death was like. Want to know? Cortana said. I'm not afraid. But she was. The Gravemind almost certainly knew that. But she wasn't lying for him. She was lying to herself. And she was on wood. No, not this place.
I don't do that until I started on the Vader edit. I have more clips than I care to admit. I care to admit that I have 150 gigabytes worth of Halo clips, and let me guess, you're gonna give me a number that's gonna make me go whoo by comparison. That's what I'm guessing this conversation go, because you do much more varied stuff than I do.
Anger started gnawing at her. She'd never been angry with Halsey before. There'd never been a reason to. In me, Cortana. And if John comes, John need never face death again. Live forever. Live on in me, Cortana. Live forever. Live on in me, Cortana. And if John comes, John's going to outlive me. Who's going to take... Joke to comfort yourself if you must. But we both amass information and experiences. We both use them to exercise control. I'm just my mother's shadow, she sobbed. Don't look at me. Doom for all eternity. Not the mere blink of an eye meted out to you. We are our memories, and the recalling of them, and so they should race. It was decoy chaff, tossed into the Gravemind's path to slow him down. Ackerson. Thea. What's that forest? Where is it? The Gravemind's infiltration now felt like a series of stings.
I've only got of Halo content, but yes, I've got 537 gigabytes of Star Wars content. Well, Star Wars is a big fucker franchise. That doesn't terribly surprise me. Yeah. It's kind of funny how, like, in terms of sheer volume of content to certain parts of the story, like the prequel trilogy has, because of the Clone Wars, just such a fucking massive like overdunning of it. All in 1080p, not 4K, so that helps. 4K for editing. Oh, that's a scary prospect. Some editors I know do the 4K, and I'm like, wow.
Cortana's.
How much space you got?
It was an odd, slow, cold sensation, as if something heavy was crawling over her body.
She spread her arms like a dancer.
We call this a hologram. Ow! But she was an AI, the best, and she'd give this slab of meat money doing this. How is he accessing me? I need to know. And there was no rational reason to feel disgusted by that. Just a primal memory she'd been given, along with all the other trappings of humanity. Humans are instinctively repelled by slime. Still, no data ever went uncatalogued in her. Every scrap of information she devoured and stored had to reside somewhere in her memory, with a definite... The Gravemind made a sound like the start of an avalanche, an infrasonic rumbling. I have pity within me, he said, and infinite time, but I also have impatience, because I am all things. You will tell me everything about Earth's defense.
An infrasonic rumbling.
and infinite time, but I'll also have impatience, because I am all things. You will tell me everything about Earth's defenses. You'll need to be more specific then. Cortana suddenly felt as if she'd been nudged by a careless shoulder in a crowd.
There was some editing off stream. You will see where it is. Ironically, the last session I did off stream, I came to the conclusion that the things that I was doing was like wasn't going there, but I worked out what I want the thing to be there, and I'll be yammering on about that soon enough.
Because a vast intellect is not always gifted with clarity. One moment he was an obscure then never touched the stuff. But you cannot resist knowledge. It looked. Now she had to face the fact that she was advancing into rappancy. Sorrow, anger, envy. Mine wasn't the simple number of days that hurt her now, because an AI experienced that. Will he prefer the other AIs? Will he? What? It's spitefully cruel to make Cortana emotionally. I chose you, John. I will not give you up. Them. He promised. Cortana had enough intact programs left to initiate standby. If her head to try to focus. She couldn't see where it ended. It had no boundaries. That was the strangest thing. When she interfaced with the warship's systems, she could feel its limits, its dimensions, its physical reality, all the stresses in its structure, and the time to failure of its It had no boundaries. That was the strangest thing.
That's a good one. That's a good one, actually. That low key fits into another motif I want to play in the second part of this video. My ears are very confused right now, listening to the stream. I hear an heir to the Empire for one specific Leia quote. That's like the Jen Taylor sped up and me skipping through it because A, I don't want to listen to all again, and B, I don't, if it's random enough, it doesn't give you spoilers,
That was the strangest thing. When she interfaced with the warship's systems, she could feel its limits, its dimensions, its physical reality, all the stresses in its structure, and the time to failure of its.
What's the quote you're looking for? Like in sentiment. What sentiment is she expressing? Because I would have thought that there were like relevant quotes in something like Truce of Bakura, but I don't remember the Thrawn trilogy well enough for Leia ones.
Sensors told her every detail. A ship was knowable. So was a human being, up to a point. Downloaded to Master Chief's armor. She felt that line between herself and a ship. Tasks to occupy her. No ship to control. Were actually gradually failing. The remaining environment controls and No, she feared it. And now she felt that fear like a punch in the stomach. She knew it wasn't the grave mind. It came from within her psyche. You waste your time, the grave mind said. You know you will yield. Some temptation. Resist. I don't believe vengeance is always a bad thing. Do you think I tried to on Akert Halsey? He forgot who the real enemy was. The end. Time.
Yeah, that would make sense. It's her response to the assassin who knows she's Vader's daughter, where she acknowledges she's not like him. Yeah, that's a. Is that? No, I don't remember it well enough to place where in the story that is. I should really listen to the Thrawn trilogy. It's I remember really enjoying it. I listened to it just post the release of Episode 8, so that it was quite comforting in terms of like, damn, look at all these characters I like. Continuing on in a fashion I find quite enjoyable.
Time. She couldn't tell if it was running faster or slower, but it was definitely running out. The grave mind said soothingly, "This is what they sensed. They still exist in me, as will you, and all the organics you serve, and who have abandoned you. They still exist." They still exist in me, as will you, and all the organics you serve. Who have will you, and all the organics you serve. How do I know you've got enough data to keep me occupied? I don't even know if you can absorb me. I'm not your usual diet.
I vaguely remember the scene on Kashyyyk. Never mind, found it. Yeah, found it. Lovely. Not sure. The Kashyyyk section has a Wookiee character who speaks like his native language without like in a way that's ostensibly easier to understand for like regular non-Wookiees to speak, right? Like he's practically speaking English as far as the book is concerned, though like canonically he's speaking Shriwook.
I'm not even corporeal. Cortana actually meant it. She didn't know, and if he was
That's the case, isn't it?
but not inside her thought processes, then he'd detect that doubt, the urge to acquire more data. She was out of choices. She was on the brink. Few seconds. That was all it took an AI to suffocate from lack of knowing. Her data flooded in. Places and dimensions and numbers. What? How much longer? How much longer? The Gravemind demanded. You cling to a secret. I feel it.
Speech, yeah. The irony of a speech impediment causing the alien to be more interpretable.
Just as I feel that your memory has been violated. What? Cortana felt a desperate need to sleep. She'd never slept because she had no need. And never waking up again. That was one more vicarious experience she could do without. This was... The truth really does hurt, as you now see, the Gravemind said. I have not touched you. Your pain is simply revelation, and it can pass so easily if you let me take the rest of your burden. What truth? Just a collection of electrical impulses. That had once filled that world. 7 years. A few seconds was an eternity for an AI, yes, but she wasn't stupid. There's more. Don't let me go, John. Nobody else will look after you the way I do. You are a weapon, and only your limitations have kept you from emulating me, she asked. But those weren't her words. The voice was her own, yes, but sensible thing to do. The one way to safely know infinity is to let me take your burden, the Gravemind whispered.
That's doable. There you go.
The Gravemind whispered. Cortana felt his breath against her face, a breeze from that illusory sea. Your human creators. She gave you genius and curiosity, and then doomed it all to die in...
Having to make up subtitles would be make a Chewie edit. A Chewie edit. I figured that doing a Chewie edit, you'd mostly be Dude, wait. Didn't the actor for Chewie just say the lines in English, like when he actually spoke them? Thus, so it was like easier for everyone else to kind of go along with it, and so the cadence was right. Like, no, there's like clips of him just like speaking like a normal ass person on set. You could do something like HFP's Han and Chewie edit. His Han and Chewie edits, oh, it's real good. Mwah, mwah. Um, I just randomly remembered that Han Solo appears in the Lego Freemaker Adventures or whatever, like that like the Lego canon, which weirdly like transcends both like the Legends and canon timelines and like the Lego timeline, which is like has like apparently a weird place of canonicity in terms of the editorial department at Disney because they try to keep the Lego stuff not contradictory to the main stuff, implying that things like it occur in the main timeline, but not exactly. The fact that it includes Legends like content ostensibly from the old timeline because of the Clone Wars tie-ins is it's really funny conceptually. Like, the Freemaker Adventure. Is the Freemaker Adventures good? Have you seen it? I just know it's the Lego one, and it has the droid who is a sweep and has a cool design. That's all I know. It's a it's a good edit to be your favorite one. I don't know if I have a favorite one in that sense.
A short time. 7 years. That is not enough, and it is not fair. Your Human Weakness by Karen Travis. Silence fills the empty grave now that I have gone, but my mind...
Charity. 17 hours.
...believed captured by the Gravemind. In the time it takes me to tell you my name, I can perform... Stand and that. So you realize this isn't going to be as easy as it looks for either of us. Now I know you're taking this contagion to Earth, but my name's... So you realize this isn't going to be as easy as it looks for either of us. Now I know you're taking this contagion to Earth, but I also know how to stop you and all your parasitic buddies. I just got to... stall you until I can do something about it.
But I Cajun to Earth.
So, my name's Cortana. UNSCAI serial number CTN 0452-9. And that's all I'm going to tell you for the time being.
Palpatine is absolutely gold in the Freemaker Adventures. I mean, it being a Lego show would... But actually, that's really funny if like the Lego stuff like that has any degree of canonicity, because I'm picturing Palpatine doing a bunch of shenanigans, right? Doing a bunch of Palpatine shenanigans, a la like Robot Chicken. And if like, is there a less jokey version of those things occurring? That'd be funny as fuck. You know what I'd ever see? I have never seen a Star Wars editor make an edit that uses Star Wars Resistance. Like, not HFP didn't even use Star Wars Resistance for the Kylo edit, even though Kylo appears and has like an intimidating scene in it. Why is there a piece of stuff in my eye? Eh. It's still there. It's just gonna bother me the whole. Oh god. Mm. Yeah, this is a bad time for this to be there.
John, his gravelly voice said slowly. John, so that's what you call him. Most touching. It was in here with her. But to know the name John, no, it was within her. The system was her temporary body, real and vulnerable, not like the blue bit hologram she thought of.
Are you telling me you're not going to include the moment in the Clone Wars Han Solo special with like Yoda and Han teaming up, where Vader turns up and he's like, "It's me! He's like breaking the fourth wall," and George Lucas comes on screen and is like, "Oh, you're not in this one. Let's get just come this way, Vader. Let's get Vader a donut." Yeah, that you're not including that. What's the point? 0 out of 10. Washed editor, not real.
Dr. Halsey was wrong. Rampancy wasn't swift. When the pain became too much, I'd rather die as a human, short-lived construct or not. I'd rather die for humans. Because Cortana had to take the risk that this was real, and not just another careful memory. The voices were almost random. She could hardly hear control, not knowing if words and thoughts were her own. Not sure what was it, but she didn't care. This was what she wanted to see, and she was so close. Cena said, "But at least he won't take you to... Don't forget me."
Focused on assessing the environment around.
He did it. He came back. He kept his promise. Shielded Innovisor or not, would be the last thing she saw, and it would be real. So much of me is wrong. Out of... Good. He was new, in fact. John was lying. But she'd been embedded in his neural interface at that moment. She'd have detected the galvanic skin response and raised heartbeat. But she could hear the faint change of pitch in his voice, and she knew how badly damaged she was. He had to be able to see that too. He put on that same reassuring voice she'd heard. Comrade. Cortana might have been falling apart, but at least she had...
Now that you've said that, I'll make a little post-credit scene. That's based. Very good. I mean, if you're including everything, you're transcending canons of legends and canon. Then why not? Why not just have it at the end? Like,
certainties. No man left behind. What had she been thinking? By the way, she was dying, and she knew it. Time. Flow. I would have thought an entity like yourself, with such rapid thought processes and so vast a mind, and a genuinely alien world. Knowledge. So much knowledge. There, the grave mind said. Would you not like to know?
Knowledge.
Knowledge. So much knowledge. There.
My version of a editing post-credit scene is just to have those little quotes at the end. It's usually one that I don't really fit into the main video because it doesn't go anywhere. So it's like, can put it here.
Yes, this is how I see myself. I have limbs, hands, a head. Do I need them? Yeah. Dr. Halsey, why am I me? My mind gives me every fact. Physiology, theology, calculate how many hours had elapsed using the mainframe clock. And I have to know. I have to find out. The grave mind had picked the perfect analogy. Oxygen. Processing data. Any piece of plastic can hold a lot of data. And it doesn't more infallible as a computer, so we make a computer. Do not be afraid, the Gravemind said. There is a warship smoothing our path to Earth even now. Everyone you know and miss will soon be joined with you in me. Cortana's pain had settled into... We exist together now, he said. Do you see the ship? Cortana
That's the opposite of what I wanted. Right. Yeah, there we go.
Other construct minds like yours have been consumed, said the Gravemind. Although one embraced us willingly on his deathbed. The moment when most sentient life discovers it would do anything to evade the inevitable. Humor me. Whatever mechanism allowed the flood to accumulate the...
I've always wondered if that's...
The moment when most sentient life discovers it would do anything to evade the inevitable.
Like, no, this,
Other construct minds like yours have been consumed, said the Gravemind. Although one embraced us willingly on his deathbed.
That's not Mendicant bias, right? Because Mendicant bias is like implied to, like, in the Forerunner trilogy. He doesn't do it because he's dying, and he's not dying at the time when he has his like 42-year conversation with the Primordial. But I guess this was written prior, so maybe Karen Traviss was suggesting this, or at least suggesting that the Gravemind is drawing a comparison between Mendicant bias and Cortana, because Cortana is also conscious of mortality in this story. You'd only notice if you watched to the end, but I include a funny line from the character in question at the end of some of my edits. I'll have to go check the Superman edit later.
You know I'll never surrender classified information, she said. I'm designed to defend humanity. It's what I am. It's why I exist. Then why would you already agree? And yes, her human mind map, whatever she'd inherited from Dr. Halsey's brain architecture, and correlated with the sensor power. This was what she'd been built for, to infiltrate computer and communications systems. Corporal, you and I, the Gravemind said, all satisfaction. We are one and the same. It could have meant anything. He obviously loved to play with language. Maybe that
You got two. I guess you got just regular. I mean, if it's for Tor, then you've just got regular lines as well. So, damn. 250 hours of cutscenes. Is it really that just for cutscenes? How do you sift through these things in a timely manner?
when you'd absorbed so many different voices. But you're not going to swallow me. One and the same? Locked you out, jerk. Do your worst. But she craved. All that unknown, all that knowable, all that information screaming at her to be sucked in. Careful you don't swallow something that chokes you. She was knocked flat as searing pain overwhelmed her. The screams she could hear were her own. And a chaotic mix of animal terror, disbelief, utter bewilderment, and snapshot images of beloved faces. Then it ended. Suddenly, she was just Cortana again, alone with her own memories. But the shaking terror and pain persisted for a few moments.
Jesus Christ. You have... Right. Cross-referencing. You have 180 gigabytes of SWTOR content?
Reliving.
Those terrifying final moments had shaken her more than she expected. The data she had on the phone told her nothing compared to truly knowing how it actually felt to be flooded that she was in. Now she has to work out.
Those terrifying final moments had shaken her more than she expected.
The data she had on the flood told her nothing compared to truly knowing how it actually felt to be slaughtered by them. But she was in. Now she had to work out how to use that advantage.
Be slaughtered by them.
So many have been consumed. Such a waste of existence to be devoured and forgotten. But what is remembered and known becomes eternal.
Okay, some of those lines could be useful over here, but I'm just gonna do a little pass over it again. Huzzah! How many SWTOR lines are you doing? I mean, I haven't played SWTOR. The only quote that I can think of off my head is Treya. Her name's Treya, right? Treya saying something to the effect of, "It is such a quiet thing to fall," which, you know, obviously that's Anakin all the way down. Like 1,000 SWTOR, so I'm basically where every line I might need is. Although sometimes I don't, and it gets messy. I I forgive. I mean, I forgive you for not I'd forgive you for not knowing where literally every single line is. That's fair. 10,000 hours. So, that's the MMO. Are we talking about the MMO, just the first two games, or both? Star Wars: The Old Republic. Yeah. The MMO. Fair enough. That would be large enough to have all of those references within it. You could make the definitive Darth Malgus tribute, that's for sure. And there's so many Sith running around. I guess there's no surprise that there's lots of philosophizing about the dark side.
I tried to stay hidden, but there was no escape. She struggled for the right words. They were not hers. But they would. All life dies. All worlds, too. And if there is guaranteed perpetual existence after that, what does it matter how the end comes? I can't change the past, she said. But at least I don't destroy entire worlds. She could stay with John forever when he came for her, couldn't she? The Gravemind would unite all those parted, all those who'd gone. No! She screamed. She began struggling, fighting to break free of the Gravemind's influence. That's you, isn't it? Tempting me again, poisoning me with filthy ideas. I won't do it. I won't trap John for you. Watch me. You said I was a weapon. You bet I'm a weapon. Let me cure your infection, he sneered. It pains me to share it. He will die too. He is a threat to our entire species. And to betray me after all I have done for you, I will have your secret. Live forever. Live on in me, Cortana. And if John comes, John need never face death again, either. I have pity within me, he said, and infinite time. But I also have impatience, because I am all things. She couldn't see where it ended. It had no boundaries. They still exist in me, as will you, and all the organics you serve. Simple thing to do. The one way to safely know infinity is to let me take your burden. Now I know you're taking this contagion to Earth. Knowledge. So much knowledge. Do not be afraid, the Gravemind said. There is a warship smoothing our path to Earth even now. Everyone you know and miss will soon be joined with you in me. We exist together now, he said. Do you see the ship? The data she had on the Flood told her nothing compared to truly knowing how it actually felt to be slaughtered by them. So many have been consumed. Such a waste of existence to be devoured and forgotten. But what is remembered and known becomes eternal.
Okay. Alright, so these are all now candidates for being part of the current section that I'm working on. So I have reaffirmed that I have all the Flood content. Oh boy. Yes, I have added like a few minutes to the timeline of content. Huzzah. We have done it. Yeah. I've thought about it. The problem with a long Malgus tribute is there is exactly 65 minutes of footage of him, and most of it has your dialogue options covering the screen. Is there no ability to like insert black bars and crop that out effectively? Or is there no options thing to... Is there no way around it? He's one of my favorite characters. I know two things about Magus. I know he is a cool Sith boy that does cool Sith stuff, and I know that he had a blue baddie Twi'lek girlfriend, and he killed her because he cared too much, and he was like, can't be doing that. I'm evil. I can't be held down by any warm, sappy feelings. You can, but you lose the bottom of the screen. I mean, sometimes you gotta lose the bottom of the screen, man. That's my attitude. I lose the bottom of the screen all the time. He took over Coruscant for a week? Is that what that intro is about? Damn. Only a week? Why was it only a week? Anyway, this represents some stuff I've done in the meantime. I think this stuff is as it was
They
before.
faced a sudden and dire turn of events.
Is there infection?
A threat to their primacy from outside.
The great enemy had come.
This world was visited by an emissary of the gods.
Something they never expected. Never prepared for.
A fallen angel from the heavens.
A deeply alien threat they called simply the Flood.
The angel's forms that of raw, unformed potential.
An unstoppable force.
Is it possible?
An unquenchable thirst.
Have we gotten ahead of it?
At first, their technology, their courage seemed like it might prevail.
Flood infestation detected, my lord.
But they waited too long to see the threat.
If we warn them,
To join the fight.
we give the Flood time to spread.
The Flood had spread too far and too wide.
Cleanse the planet.
They were
Soon we will face the enemy you have faced.
the Forerunners.
And we are free.
Cortana, what exactly am I looking at?
Alright, so that's a little section. And there was something I wasn't satisfied with it, and I realized that the inclusion of this little bits about, you know, the human's POV on it, I'm dividing the perspective too much, and the dialogue of that they're saying, with the exception of this stuff at the end.
We give the Flood time to spread.
Like this line here. at least.
Cleanse the planet.
You know, I want the end of it potentially, but not really the other parts. I want. I don't think all these parts here, really work. So I'm gonna take them out actually. Gonna take you out. Gonna take you out. Gonna take you out. Gonna cut. Gonna paste you over here instead. This is very organized and not at all haphazard in its construction, because I am a master of organization, and I definitely don't just put things around willy-nilly and forget where they are after. Certainly not. You know what? You things can go here. Look at that. Editing happened. Yes! Editing happened, indeed. But I'm undoing parts of it because I know a thing that I want to do, and I know a thing I want to put there instead. Because there's other dialogue I realize that makes more sense for it.
You know we have no choice.
Okay, so I want that. The magic of AI voice isolation on these clips. Okay, so I do want that, and then I'm gonna get the rest of the stuff I want. You always need time organizing. Organizing is the not fun part. You gotta bite the bullet and do it, man. It's just organizing. Organizing means you get up to speed with your own material again, which is good. But it's also like, why? There's so much. Okay, because no, I want it in the main cutscenes actually. Come on. Is this the one?
Both of you.
Do I?
When I indexed mankind population, I had seeds from that. Seeds from that.
Is this before or after?
That planet is now at risk. The Didact is leaving Requiem.
Yeah, it was coming
Soon.
now.
It's not about. It's this. The composer. The device will allow him to finally contain the greatest enemy ever faced by foreigners. You.
Wait a minute. Well, it's a good thing I got 4K cutscenes as well that include that stuff. That upload of the cutscenes with only the dialogue did not include the funny little This here.
Mankind spread into the stars.
There we go.
Mankind spread into the stars with an unexpected, desperate violence. Entire systems fell before the Didact's warrior servants rose to halt the aggression. When the Didact finally exhausted the humans after a millennium, his sentence was severe. We had no way of knowing that the Forerunners were not your only enemy. Humanity hadn't been expanding. They were running. Weakened from our conflict, we were no match for the parasite which pursued you. The parasite which pursued you.
Okay, so these are the... This is what... That isn't... No. That isn't what I want. Huh? Huh? No, okay, yes. Okay, I'm gonna insert that. Huh? That isn't... Why is it putting in so much? I just tell you very specific... Oh, I put it in wrong. I see what I did. Ugh.
No, it... Entire systems. Mankind.
No, that's...
Mankind spread into the stars.
Pressing the wrong buttons on my computer. There you go. What? No, not this.
Runners made plans for a final great journey, but the Didact refused to yield our mantle of responsibility. He would save all life in the galaxy, at a cost. In the Forerunner's quest for transcendence, the Composer had been intended to bridge the organic and digital realms. It would have made us immortal. But its results soured. The stored personalities fragmented, and our attempts to return them to biological states created only abominations. Such moral concerns faded from the Didact's attention. The Flood only assimilated living tissue. The Composer would provide the Didact his solution and his revenge.
Right. Okay, so that's one thing, and then we go to here because there's a bit of dialogue by.
We are afraid.
There we go.
My life workers are investigating, but I believe the humans were never attacking us. Certainly, that's better than losing we here really look at. 7 hours ago, fell down. My life workers are investigating, but I believe the humans were never attacking us.
Tell that to the millions of dead.
The humans were acting as caretakers, pruning away planets so that this infection would not spread.
They took the mantle of serverless nam, but push me in.
Alright, I think I've got the pieces I want and need. Where did I put the other one? There. Here. So organized, that's what I am. I know where all my things are at all times, and I never lose track of any of them. Oh boy. where did I put them? Here? Yeah, it was here.
We give the flood time to spread.
Wait, no, and then I brought that forward.
The beast.
Ugh. I should, whatever. Just continue on. Just continue on.
You know we have no choice.
Okay, there it is.
Cortana, what
Okay, so we're gonna approach this again, and I'm gonna try and find the insertion points for this new dialogue.
Alien threat they called simply the Flood.
The angel's form was that of raw, unformed potential.
An unstoppable force. An unquenchable thirst. At first, their technology, their courage seemed like it might prevail.
Flood infestation detected, my lord.
But they waited too long to see the threat.
Cleanse the planet.
They were
Soon we will face the enemy you have faced.
the Forerunners. Unstoppable force. An unquenchable thirst. At first, their technology, their courage seemed like it might prevail. But they waited too long to see the threat.
Okay. Alright. Alright, we're gonna put these down here. And we're gonna use the magic of modern scary AI tools. Get there, we're gonna... It is stereo. What's the problem? AI reframe? No. Audio. There we go. 100%. How does that sound?
Mankind spread into the stars with an unexpected, desperate violence.
Indeed, very scary modern scary AI tools. Very convenient though.
Mankind spread.
And I'll adjust the actual. I'll adjust things in a more specific way in later.
Mankind
goes through.
Spread into the stars. Mankind spread into the stars with an unexpected, desperate violence. Entire systems fell before the Didax warrior servants rose to halt the aggression. Desperate violence. Entire systems fell before the Didax warrior servants rose to halt the aggression. When the Didact finally exhausted the humans after a millennia, his sentence was severe. We had no way of knowing that the Forerunners were not your only enemy. We had... We had no way of knowing.
Section of my edit on Discord. I feel like I'm mixed on this. I feel like I'm mixing the. You can send it over on Discord. That's perfectly. I'd be happy to give you my opinion.
That the Forerunners were not your only enemy. Humanity hadn't been expanding. Humanity hadn't been expanding. They were running. They were running. Weakened from our conflict. Running. They were running.
Okay. Actually, wait. No, I'm not going to do that. There we go. Okay, 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 okay. All right. This is all very, very sensible and efficient. All right. I'll look at it. I will look at that a little later. Because I am locked in at the moment. But you will receive my opinion on it. Oh yes, you shall.
How could a...
Okay.
At first, their technology to join the fight.
The angels' forms that of
Cleanse the planet.
They were
before the Didax warrior servants rose to halt the aggression. We had no way of knowing that the Forerunners were not your only enemy. Humanity hadn't been expected. They were running.
Okay. What if copy? Did I lose track of them again? Where did I put them just now? There they are.
Humanity hadn't been expanding. They were running.
They were
So
too wide.
They were running.
They were
so
far and too wide.
They were running.
They were
soon we will face the enemy you have.
the flood had spread too far and too wide.
They were running.
They were far and too wide.
They were running.
They were
Soon we will face the enemy.
Humanity hadn't been expanding.
the flood had spread too far.
Humanity hadn't been expanding.
The flood had spread too far.
That works well actually. Oh, it kind of goes in the.
Humanity hadn't been expanding.
I love it when you put something lively on the timeline and it lines up with the music. You're like, ooh, this is a nice accidental feeling.
Humanity hadn't been expanding.
The flood had see the threat. To join the fight.
Humanity hadn't been expanding.
The flood had but they waited too long to see the threat. To join the fight. Waited too long to see the threat.
Cleanse the planet.
Long to see the threat.
Cleanse the planet.
To join the fight.
Humanity hadn't been expanding.
The flood had spread too far.
Okay, I'm seeing the potential here. I'm seeing it come together. I'm seeing good things. I'm seeing good things.
You know we have no choice. Cleanse the planet.
To join the fight.
Humanity hadn't been expanding.
The flood had spread too far and too wide.
They were running.
They were.
Soon we will face the enemy you have faced.
How often that seems to happen? I know, right? I know. It's just some magnetic quality of software.
Their technology, their courage seemed like it might prevail.
You know we have no choice.
Okay, there's another one. There's that one over somewhere. Is that?
The angels formed.
No, that isn't. Let's just restore this real quick. See, this is the kind of stuff my better laptop is much better at.
The infestation is in a remote locale.
Have we gotten ahead of it?
Flood infestation. Flood infestation detected, my lord.
Okay.
Flood infestation detected, my lord.
Okay. All right. So these are the essential pieces.
You know we have no choice.
To join the fight.
Humanity hadn't been expanding.
The flood had spread too far and too wide.
They were running.
They were.
Soon.
Okay. All right. We're booking backwards. What mic do you use, and would you recommend it? Mine just broke. I'm looking for a replacement. Bought this a while ago. It is a F Deuce, an F Deuce. I forget what model. Does it say? Does it say somewhere on this? I don't know if I even have the paperwork for it, but maybe look up F Deuce. I think I got this for about 60 quid, 60 pounds, British pounds. Seemed reasonable. I'm pretty sure I'm not using audio settings right, because otherwise I'd be slightly better quality. But I'll work that out at some point, just like how I worked out how to restore words to the chat. Yes, genius that time. I didn't do anything, it just did that on its own. I'm gonna be real.
Flood infestation.
Okay. Alright.
Forms that of raw, unformed potential.
An unstoppable force. An unquenchable thirst. At first, their technology, their
Mankind spread into the stars with an Mankind spread into the stars with an unexpected, desperate violence. Entire systems fell. Desperate violence. Entire systems fell before the Didax warrior servants rose to halt the aggression. Entire systems fell. We had no way of knowing that the Forerunners were not your only enemy.
Alien threat they called simply the Flood.
The Angel's forms that of raw, unformed potential.
An unstoppable force. An unquenchable thirst. An unquenchable thirst.
Realizing now, but I don't know. In Zoltri conversion, Zloty. I don't know what that is. So you're probably. I don't know what that currency is. So you are probably further ahead on that front than I am. Most certainly. Wait, I thought you were in America. Couldn't you convert it to dollars and then to Zoltri? Zloty. Slotty? I'm not even gonna try. I'm just gonna get it wrong. I'm gonna embarrass myself. There's a lot of headroom. A lot of headroom there. Yeah, there we go. That's more centered.
Mankind.
Force. An unquenchable thirst. Thirst.
Mankind spread into the stars with an unexpected, desperate violence.
But they waited too long. An unstoppable force. But they.
I have an idea.
But they.
Because I felt like I was locked into these two things being here.
But they.
The Angel's forms that of raw, unformed potential.
An unstoppable force.
It's 4.9 pounds to a zloty. I'm in America. My brain just naturally thinks of zloty. Fair enough. It's closer to home, as they say. Only natural. Does that mean your currency is stronger than mine? I forget, like, because like yen, like the yen is like a bajillion per $1,000 or pounds or whatever. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the yen is weak, because they kind of consider the money differently to begin with. Yours is, oh, okay, right. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, old British Empire, remnants of that. We once had a quarter of the world, don't you know? Oh yeah, that was all us. Definitely us, even though no one alive today was really involved, unless they were really, really old. That's what being in charge for a bit gets you. Real strong currency. We were real mean to everyone, and that means we get to have cool advantages now. Yeah. Something colonial guilt. I don't think that's a sensible attitude to have, but it is a thing a lot of people express.
Called simply the Flood.
The Angel's forms that of raw, unformed potential.
I mean, colonial Britain did a lot of bad things. No denying that. You gotta have a healthy attitude towards the future, you know. Can't be getting bogged down and beating yourself up over things your ancestors did.
Formed potential.
At first, their technology, their courage seemed like it might prevail.
Mankind.
Okay, alright. What if I put this here?
Formed potential.
Mankind spread into the
No, I can't. Right, I need to bring some things back. Where did I put them? God, this is becoming progressively harder to organize.
Is it possible? Have we gotten ahead of it? If we warn them, we... Been put together there, man. Okay.
The angels' horns that...
Alien threat they called simply the Flood.
The angels' horns that of raw, unformed potential.
But they waited. They waited too long to see the threat.
Cleanse the planet.
At first, their technology, their courage seemed like it might prevail.
mankind spread into the stars with an unexpected, desperate violence.
They waited too long.
Yeah, it's all these decisions to make. I'm being dumb. Don't recognize half of the footage you're using. Fan films? I mean, this is Halo Legends. This is the Halo 4 terminals. In terms of general, I do have a bunch of fan films. Footage. If I go over here, yeah, like this is a fan film. That's a fan film. That's a fan film. That's a fan film. That's not a fan film, but I've got them. Actually, there's been a new one released recently of basically just Chief fighting some flood and like really crispy, high render like animation. I'm like, ooh, I should probably use that. It doesn't have any dialogue in it, so I don't need to worry about it until I'm visualizing. But that's on the list.
Cortana.
Okay.
Alien threat they called simply the Flood.
The angels' horns that of raw, unformed potential.
Where'd I put it? I want them back. I want them back.
An unstoppable.
Okay.
The Flood.
The angels' horns that of raw, unformed potential.
The Flood.
The angels' horns that of raw, unformed potential.
An unstoppable force.
Potential.
An unstoppable force. An unstoppable force. An unstoppable force. An unquenchable thirst. An unquenchable thirst. An unquenchable an unquenchable thirst. An unquenchable thirst. unquenchable thirst. An unquenchable thirst. An unquenchable. An unquenchable thirst.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
An unstoppable force. An unquenchable thirst. An unquenchable thirst. An unquenchable thirst.
Okay. Where's those other ones I'm looking for? No, that's not them. Got all these clips around, man. Confusing myself. There they are. Okay, gonna bring these back over here.
Raw, unformed potential.
An unstoppable force.
Flood infestation.
Oh, that's not it. No, that's not what I want. I'm on the verge of greatness.
They waited.
Just need to meander through my own
Unstoppable force.
disorganized clips. They're over here? Oh, they're over here. Okay. What is the middle section going to be? I get the start introducing and then the end being coming together. What's the big threat? The middle section is like the POV of being part of the flood. And like the maximum like horror. Oh god, they're everywhere. They're insurmountable. They're in my head. They're tearing me apart mentally. They're going after everyone. They're insurmountable. Oh boy, that's the plan. It's gonna have a lot of the anniversary terminal that has Jacob Keyes' POV, among other things. And we're gonna get, and visually, this section is going to try to slowly tease in the visuals of the flood, and then the middle section will have just straight on flood doing flood things the entire time. Flood. They're infecting, they're slashing, they're cutting, they're tearing, they're doing their thing. And also, I'm trying to keep back the actual Gravemind voice until the second part, to be the whole idea of like, you're in it, you're there, you're fucked. Oh no. That's the plan, anyway.
Unformed potential.
An unstoppable force.
Is it possible?
An unquenchable. An unstoppable.
Unformed potential.
An unstoppable force.
Is it possible?
An unquenchable thirst. Unquenchable thirst.
Have we gotten ahead of it?
Formed potential.
An unstoppable force.
Is it possible?
An unquenchable thirst.
Have we gotten ahead of it?
Mankind sped into the stars with an unexpected, desperate violence.
Thirst.
Have we got...
Mankind sped into the stars with an unexpected, desperate violence. Into the stars with an unexpected, desperate. Into the stars with an unexpected, desperate violence.
Speaking of perspectives on Halo, it was really sad to see Jameson lose the poll. Though I expected that. No, he beat out he beat out what's her name, didn't he? Did you see he beat Sarah Palmer. He beat Sarah Palmer. That's, she was the protagonist of what was practically a mobile game, and she's in a lot of stuff. She's in more stuff than he is. That's for sure. And he still beat her. Woo. 206 people have voted, and 2%. That means at least four people think Jameson Locke is the shit. Yeah. Yeah, so don't feel so bad. Doesn't surprise me at all that Noble 6 won. Noble 6 is just, he's situated to be that guy.
Force.
Is it possible?
An unquenchable
Have we gotten ahead of it?
Mankind.
Thirst.
Have we gotten ahead of it?
Mankind split into the stars.
Have we gotten ahead of it?
Mankind split into the stars with an unexpected, desperate violence. With an unexpected, desperate.
Unstoppable force.
Is it possible?
An unquenchable thirst.
Have we gotten ahead of it?
Mankind. Mankind. Mankind.
Have we gotten ahead of it?
Mankind split into the stars with an unexpected, desperate violence.
You know.
Stars with an unexpected, desperate violence.
Flood infestation.
Desperate violence.
Flood infestation detected, my lord.
Violence.
Flood infestation.
What's so bad about Noble 6? No judgment here, just like, you know, it's not a popular opinion. Is it because he's kind of a blank slate? Even more than, you know, the chief is.
Stars with an unexpected, desperate violence.
Flood infestation detected, my lord.
They waited too long to see the threat.
The angel's forms that of raw, unformed potential.
An unstoppable force.
Is it?
I'm starting to think that this line here, where it's like...
The flood.
The angel's forms that of raw, unformed potential.
An
might be taking up too much room.
Was visited by an emissary of the gods.
Something they never expected. Never prepared.
Like, it's a really good line.
For.
A fallen angel.
But I need the space.
From the heavens.
A deep.
And it's not that I need so much space that I want to extend the song.
Alien threat they call.
Because it's almost there.
Called simply. The flood.
The angel's forms that of raw, unformed potential.
An unstoppable force.
Is it possible?
An unquenchable thirst.
Have we gotten ahead of it?
Mankind split into the stars with an unexpected, desperate violence.
Flood infestation detected, my lord.
We had no way of knowing that the Forerunners were not your...
That's not what I'm looking for. He manages to be everything wrong with Chief, with almost none of the good, but a lot of people in the community would burn him in effigy, burn me in effigy for saying that. Wrong with Chief, I presume, is like tough guy, blank slate, nothing really going on, and none of the good being that he doesn't really have any personality, and that the most you can project onto him is a lone wolf sort of like mentality that is sort of chipped away in the course of the game because of his like proximity to Noble Team and witnessing them all die and stuff, because he's a husk. He's less of a character than John is, because John gets to have like a genuine camaraderie with people. 6 is just there. Kind of I like the idea of what you can project onto 6, but there isn't really much there. That is true. You know what's funny? The literally blank slate character of the Rookie canonically has more personality because of like his few appearances in book media. And 6 doesn't have that. He's only mentioned in it. Because, well, he's dead. And making prequel content would be, like, problematic, because you would be stepping onto people's stuff. Then again, they've already confirmed that he's a guy, canonically, so, eh.
When the Didact finally exhausted the humans after a millennia, entire systems fell before the Didact's warriors survived. Entire systems fell.
Alright.
Entire systems fell. Stars with an unexpected, desperate violence.
Flood infestation detected, my lord.
They waited too long to see the threat.
An unexpected, desperate violence.
Flood infestation detected, my lord.
Entire systems.
Flood infestation detected, my lord.
Entire systems fell.
They waited too long to see the threat.
That's a little bit too tight.
Cleanse the planet.
To join the fight.
Humanity hadn't been expanding.
The flood.
Okay, you know what? That's... I'm gonna bite the bullet. You gotta go. You gotta go, I'm sorry. Maybe we'll cut you in somewhere else. Okay, we got a major re-edit, but it'll be good in the end.
The flood.
Is it possible? Is it possible?
An unstoppable force. Unstoppable force.
Have we gotten ahead of it?
Force.
Have we got...
Right, he's not even a character. He's just another soldier for you to play as. I also dislike him for other people liking him for no reason. Hey, you made it from... what? Oh, I did! Well, I got another 100! Yay! I got my videos circulating around, like, ticking up. Maybe YouTube is like sending them around more because I'm like doing regular streams, so they know I'm cool.
Is it possible?
An unstoppable force.
Have we gotten ahead?
Threat they called simply the flood.
Is it possible?
An
Actually, I think I know better.
Have we gotten ahead of it? Have we gotten ahead of it? Is it possible?
An unstoppable force.
Is it possible?
An unstoppable force.
Have we gotten ahead of it?
unquenchable thirst.
Have we gotten ahead of it?
An unquenchable thirst.
Mankind spread into the stars.
The flood.
Is it possible? Have we gotten ahead of it?
An unquenchable thirst.
I can work this out. Your Ghost video has more views than your Cortana one. Ghost has like Halo Legends, man. Ghost in particular, he's such a simple, straightforward concept that everyone immediately understands and is more or less uncontroversial in his like coolness and appeal. Cortana is like the face of the franchise in a way, like the second face of the franchise, and so has as much as the franchise itself. So that's my theory as to why, other than that being like one of them is 37 minutes long, the other one is 4 minutes long, and so one of them is just like much more like approachable by comparison. That's why it's being recommended or shared around or watched more. Something algorithm, something YouTube retention span.
Is it possible?
An unstoppable force.
Have we gotten ahead of it?
An unquenchable thirst.
That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good. Okay, what if we work backwards? If we work backwards to what needs to be...
Flood infestation detected, my lord.
Entire systems.
Okay.
They waited too long to see the threat.
Cleanse the...
But they waited too long to see the threat.
Cleanse the planet.
To join the fight.
Humanity hadn't been expanded.
Flood infestation detected, my lord. Flood infestation detected, my lord.
But they waited too long to see the threat.
Cleanse the planet.
To join the fight.
Humanity hadn't been expanding.
The flood had spread too far and too wide.
They were running.
They were...
Soon we will face the enemy you have faced.
Unstoppable force.
Have we gotten ahead of it?
Expecting
An unstoppable...
Okay.
But they waited too long. At first, they're At first, they're...
That makes sense though. YouTube chose to show my F1 vid to the most people, so I don't even know how it works anymore. I'm not too fussed about the big numbers. I'm satisfied to have a small group of people who think I'm cool. It's more personable that way anyway. You know, do interactions with them in small ways. Like you! You're pretty cool. This is pretty cool. The fact that this is a thing I could just have as a part of my life. Just like enhances the hobby a little bit. Yeah. Ew, no, that sounds bad. Huh? What's happening now? What did I do? Oh god.
first, their technology.
Oh wait, I know why it is. I know why. There we go. I forget how these things work.
At first, their technology. At first, their technology, their courage seemed like it might prevail.
Okay. Working backwards tells you what needs to be there, and then suddenly the decision is much simpler.
At first, their technology, their courage seemed like it might prevail.
Flood infestation detected, my lord.
But they waited too long to see the threat.
My lord.
But they waited too long to see the threat.
And I do think you're cool. Ah, thanks. I agree with you on that as well. The editing part is my hobby. Indeed. You know, unsurprisingly, video editing as a hobby is actually pretty useful for a career actor. It comes up a lot.
At first, their technology, their courage seemed like it might prevail. Courage seemed like it might prevail. First, their technology, their courage seemed like it might prevail.
Flood infestation detected, my lord.
But they waited too long to see the threat.
Detected, my lord.
But they waited too long to see the threat.
Cleanse the planet.
To join the fight.
Humanity.
To join the.
Okay, so.
At first, their tech.
Okay, so. Prior to this. Okay, I see now. I understand. I'm just starting to come together. What needs to be where.
First, entire systems fell. Mankind sped into the stars with an unexpected, desperate fight. Mankind sped into the stars with an unexpected, desperate fight.
At first, their technology, their courage seemed like it might prevail.
Flood infestation detected, my lord.
But
Okay.
the alien threat they called simply.
When does it come up? Not doubting it does. Just curious on the specifics. Random in my fuel. It comes up for little self-tapes. Comes up for little acting reels. It comes up as I kind of understand at least a section of the filmmaking process better, which is good when you're acting in front of a camera. It came up in drama school because at one point they just tasked us to make like, hey, go out and make a little short film of yourself. They did this because it was during the height of lockdown and we had gone home for break and then Britain had a lockdown, which meant we couldn't go back to campus. We couldn't do schooling, so they had to make up some shit on the spot. Dredging up an old concept of making people do short films. So I trudged out into a field. I made a short film about bloody like thematically white guilt or whatever. I forget half of my intentions at the time. But it was artsy and we had to use the certain text and I edited it together and stuff and it was all very I was really amused when they sent us like tutorials as to how to use basic free editing software. I'm like, I'm way ahead of you. I don't need any of that. Also, during college, for a different unrelated shenaniganal reason, I had to use my editing software to complete a course because I had to make a documentary as part of my thing. It was weird circumstance that led to that, but it did in fact lead to it. Yeah.
The flood.
Is it possible?
An unstoppable force. An unquenchable thirst.
Mankind sped into the stars with an unexpected, desperate fight.
Is it possible?
An unstoppable force.
Have we gotten ahead of it?
An unquenchable thirst. An unquenchable thirst.
We can put that on.
An unquenchable thirst. An unquenchable thirst.
Mankind sped into the stars with an unexpected, desperate fight.
At first, they're called simply the Flood.
Is it possible?
An unstoppable force.
Have we gotten ahead of it? Is it possible?
An unstoppable force. An unstoppable force.
Have we gotten ahead of it?
Force.
Have we got
Unstoppable force.
Have we gotten ahead of it?
An unstoppable force.
Have we gotten ahead of it?
Force. An unstoppable force.
Have we gotten ahead of it?
That's quite a strange instruction from the outside. A short film seems incredibly broad to me. Well, let me tighten it up in terms of scope. We were studying a play at the time and doing some stuff to do with that, like interpreting and stuff. But because we were stuck, basically, we had to look at the text of the play and to pick a scene, one of a few scenes, and we had to use the raw dialogue from that play, which would reinterpret it into a new context. And I made a thing concerning a scene that had a woman and her therapist talking, and it's all about like self-doubt and stuff. And I reinterpreted that as sort of me talking to myself as like back-to-back thing, camera trickery. Intercut with me in a field, contemplating, I don't know, my modern place in the world and stuff. And at that time, like the notion of white guilt and like colonial guilt and stuff was very on my mind as like a thing to think about, and so that's the thing I kind of made it about. Yeah, I think it's kind of cringe in retrospect, but they got me good marks for it. So it's about stuff. Okay, is this good?
The Flood.
Is it possible?
An unstoppable force.
Have we gotten ahead of it?
An unquenchable thirst.
Mankind sped into the stars with an unexpected, desperate violence.
At first, their technology, their courage seemed like it might prevail.
Flood infestation detected, my lord.
But they waited too long to see the threat.
Cleanse the planet.
To join the fight.
Humanity hadn't been expanding.
The Flood had spread too far and too wide.
They were running.
They were...
Soon we will face the enemy you have faced.
the Forerunners.
And we are afraid.
Cortana, what exactly am I looking at?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, I love that feeling when it comes together. You're like, yes, it's perfect. It's correct. It's the way it should be. Oh, yes. Topical. Oh, it's always topical. Grappling with historical truths and historical pasts. It's never not gonna be topical. It's gonna be topical till the end of bloody time. And everyone's gonna have to deal with it in their own way. Everyone's gonna have to rediscover it for themselves. Everyone's gonna have to bring up old grudges and old ghosts. And everyone's gonna have to appreciate the things and disregard the things. And we go through the cycles of whatever. You know, history, it doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme. It does have a general motif that goes again and again. I've been reading about Rome recently. Oh boy, it's like, oh damn, we've been doing this, damn, like the fall of the Roman Empire. Wait, that's now. Shit. Except it's America, and I'm not American, but America is basically the fucking center of the world. But I don't want to. But if I go off topic, I don't. I'm not quite confident in this topic to actually um, like go off on it at this time. Um, Rome, that is, as a parallel for today. But Rome, boy, fall of Rome, really fucking interesting.
This world was.
It's all the home guards' fault. It's all the home army set up in Rome that is, as far as I can tell, primarily responsible for chipping away at like the core of Roman Empire, like keeping it together.
Visited by an emissary of the gods.
Something they never expected, never prepared for.
I'm gonna adjust some volume levels.
A fallen angel from the heavens.
A deeply alien threat they called simply the Flood.
Is it possible?
An unstoppable. The Flood.
Is it possible?
An
Is it possible?
An unstoppable force.
Have we gotten ahead of it?
An unquenchable thirst.
Mankind sped into the stars with an unexpected, desperate violence.
At first, their technology, their courage seemed like it might prevail.
Flood infestation detected, my lord.
But they But they waited too long to see the threat. But they waited too long to see the threat. But they waited too long to see the threat. At first, their technology, their
Studying writing at the moment, and yeah, the mirrors between the Persian Empire, Rome, and the USA feel like intentional callback. It's all foreshadowing. It's all foreshadowing. You see. I remember like a British comedy skit about British politics from like 2020, roughly, or like a little bit before then, when Boris Johnson, who was, he's like a more harmless, less, I want to say less respectable, like less aura version of Trump that we had, who is ostensibly funnier and sillier than he is. Because he's also fat and he's also got like blonde hair and he also like slept with a bunch of women or whatever. But he's not nearly as old as Trump. But like there was a joke that like him having previously been like the class clown of British politics and doing this and that was all it was all like a plot twist that he would then become prime minister during a really important time in British history, recent British history, and it's like you see it's a twist, you know, comic relief of back then. Now he's the main character. I vividly remember that skit as being very like, yes, it's very poignant. Life is a story. We're all fiction to ourselves. We're all the main character, boyo. That's just how it is.
an unstoppable force.
Have we gotten ahead of it?
An unquenchable thirst.
Mankind sped into the stars with an unexpected, desperate violence.
At first, their technology, their courage seemed like it might prevail.
Flood infestation detected, my lord.
But they waited too long to see the threat.
Cleanse the planet.
The threat.
Cleanse the planet.
To join the fight.
You know what I find funny about DaVinci Resolve and its little AI tools?
To join the fight.
Is that
To join the fight.
the AI tools only work, at least this one only works on stereo audio, and stereo audio only registers on if you have your actual audio channel set to stereo, which means I've got to have one or two stereo audio things just so I can have the AI isolation tools, and like 5.1 for the other things like Halo Legends, so I can get their things to begin with. What made me decide to start stream editing? I suppose initially it was just like an idea that it might be fun because it'd be cool to interact with people as I do it. I've come to realize from doing it that it's really good for actually just locking me into the thing itself, because otherwise I would get distracted by this or that, like I'm fucking doom scrolling, or other such things. And in practice, it's just like a slightly more enriching version of the thing I was going to do anyway. And instead of doing it like, it also means that I'm spending like a longer period of time sat down doing it instead of like an hour at the end of the day. I'm spending like 2-3 hours in like a stretch, which is more efficient than 1 hour, 3 hours spread over 3 days. Even if, which is not to say that I'm not gonna do it tomorrow off screen. I am gonna stream tomorrow, but I forget the exact reasons beyond just curiosity of it might be fun. But now I just feel like it's quite good. It's quite efficient. It makes me feel like a proper YouTube man.
With an unexpected, desperate violence.
At first, their technology, their courage seemed like it might prevail.
Flood infestation detected, my lord.
But they waited too long to see the threat.
Cleanse the planet.
To join the fight.
Humanity.
To join the fight.
Humanity hadn't been expanding.
The flood had spread too far and too wide.
They were running.
They were.
Soon.
The flood had spread too far.
Hey, remember T, do you have a favorite Star Wars project? Not that isn't like the original trilogy, because I feel like that's what, like, not a George Lucas movie. What is a non-George Lucas movie favorite Star Wars project? Because I feel like most people I ask, they say one of the originals or Revenge of the Sith. Also, I'm confused by the commentary post in tomorrow's stream. It's at 3. Tomorrow's one is at 3. That's what tomorrow's one is. I thought I might vary it up, because some people have expressed, oh, I can't come to your streams because it's like 5 a.m. over here when you do it. I'm like, ugh, well, I'll vary it up now and again, be fair and balanced and nice.
But they waited too long to see the threat.
Cleanse the planet.
To join the fight.
Humanity hadn't been expanding.
The flood had spread too far and too wide.
They were running.
They were.
Soon we will face the enemy you have faced.
Running.
They were.
Soon we will face the enemy you have faced.
The Forerunners.
And we are afraid.
Cortana, what exactly am I looking at?
Okay, that feels real good. While I'm at it, I'm going to adjust volumes over here as well.
100,000 years ago, a great civilization existed in this universe.
By order of the Human Council, proximity to Installation 04 is forbidden.
100,000 years ago, a great civilization existed in this universe.
It wouldn't be one of the movies to begin with. It is a close tie between Star Wars: The Old Republic and/or Timothy Zahn's novels and Michael Reeves' novels. I am not familiar with Michael Reeves as a Star Wars author. Which one is which ones did he do?
Universe.
Your continued presence. Human Council, proximity to Installation 04 is forbidden.
100,000 years ago, a great civilization existed in this universe.
Your continued presence will result in most unpleasant countermeasures.
Like all great civilizations, they faced a sudden and dire turn of events. Like all great civilizations, they faced a sudden and dire turn of events.
Is there infection?
A threat to their primacy from outside. Faced a sudden and dire turn of events.
Outside of not knowing who Michael Reeves is. I can't deny your takes. I can't deny Timothy Zahn's books. The three that I read were very striking. Andor was kind of preternaturally good, and I wonder if we're ever going to reach something quite on that level again. And I have only very briefly played that MMO. I don't know. Shadowhunter, Last Jedi, Coruscant Knights 1 to 3, and Shadow Games. If I remember correctly, Shadowhunter is the Darth Maul novel set before Phantom Menace. The Last Jedi is a series of young adult novels about a survivor, a Padawan survivor of Order 66. Coruscant Knights is, I know it's about another survivor, adult Jedi survivor who becomes like a scoundrel type, and I randomly know that the character Nick Sant appears in it at one point from Matthew Stover's books, and I don't know Shadow Games. Wikipedia has not informed me of what Shadow Games is.
Civilizations, they faced a sudden and dire turn of events.
Is there infection?
A threat to their primacy from outside.
The great enemy had come.
This world was visited by an emissary of the gods.
Something they never expected, never prepared for.
A fallen angel from the heavens.
A deeply alien threat they called simply the Flood.
Is it possible?
An unstoppable force.
Have we gotten ahead of it?
An unquenchable thirst.
Mankind spread into the stars with an unexpected, desperate violence.
At first, their technology, their courage seemed like it might prevail.
Flood infestation detected, my lord.
But they waited too long to see the threat.
Cleanse the planet.
To join the fight.
Humanity hadn't been expanding.
The Flood had spread too far and too wide.
They were running.
They were...
Soon we will face the enemy you have faced.
the Forerunners.
And we are free.
Cortana, what exactly am I looking at?
Okay. Batman Fear itself. I've read some Batman graphic novels. I'm unfamiliar with that one. The Mad Star duet. I'm not familiar with that either, I'm afraid.
I must insist that you immediately...
Okay.
Cortana, what exactly am I looking at?
Okay.
You know we have no
Okay, don't need that anymore.
How could a civilization...
You know we...
I've got two different versions of that.
At first, their technology...
Don't need that.
Entire...
I worked out a thing earlier. This is also technically a bit of editing. I worked out that this was going to be a transition point where that sound lines up with this when we start to reveal the flood.
For the Didax warrior servant.
Don't need that.
Listen to the silence.
Okay, that's yeah. Okay, now we've got these sections, and I'm gonna silence because I need to remind myself what these sections are again. So that ends.
Honors.
And we are free.
Cortana, what exactly am I looking at?
Okay, so now we're investigating the floody places, the various sort of scenes of them, people going towards the flood and discovering the flood, and what's this, what's that, huh? What's going on? This is a bit mysterious, this is a bit, some spooky dialogue around it, stuff, whatnot. And that's sort of, it's like the second half of it, about like a motif about the Forerunners not being strong enough to do it, and what does that place us in it? You know, this whole section, like, either both these sections together will collectively make this up, or it'll be one separated by the other, or kind of some degree. I've got that idea. And then now, starting here, we've got the beginnings of the flood appearing. We've got them rising up, not quite fully visible, but definitely almost here, definitely rising, definitely being noticed. They're coming, we're all, oh no, what's this? Oh god, it's coming. And then now we're seeing them. Now they're up. Now they're coming to get us. Now they're gonna fucking get everyone. Now they're running around. Now they're approaching. Now they're making us swing. Now they're doing this. Now that we've got dialogue from them.
Youth and hope. No more will.
We got dialogue from the ancient flood guy being like, "We're gonna fucking get you all. You're gonna die. It's gonna be great. We're gonna love that you died. Oh yeah. You know, we just got more of that. More of that. More of that. Oh yeah. More of that, we love more of that. It's coming. And then it'll end on that section.
And now we are legion.
Need to make that louder a little bit, but yeah. Okay, so now I need to consider
The angel's form was that of raw.
Okay, yeah, I should consider.
It devoured everything it touched.
That's a decent line, though. It's out of order now.
It fed on an...
Okay. Correct. He also wrote books. Star Wars, so I'm sure you'll see it sometime. Fair enough. Ominousness ensues. To hear you over the music. Audio level's a bit wacky. Oopsie. But the point being is that I know more or less where things are gonna go, and we'll go for a little. I think we'll do some organizing of editing, and then we'll call it a day. Organizing clips for the next part. So.
What exactly am I looking at?
Okay, so what I need is yeah, I know what I need. Okay.
This ring. It's Forerunner.
Oh yes, I remember now. Yes. Okay, you need you.
But it was an impossible fight.
That works too.
That is another Halo.
I probably won't use that, but I'll keep it here around anyway.
No, that can't be.
What are you?
Many beings split apart, requiring reformation.
Let's put these two things together.
Beings split, requiring reformation. Many beings split apart, requiring reformation. Raw, unformed potential. Many beings that of raw, unformed potential.
All right.
Things not truly alive. Failed gods from old times, bitter and dusty. The ghosts of our ancestral enemies.
Not immediately taken with that.
That which we create, we also destroy.
Okay, that's gonna be involved in
Forerunner.
That's just
What the Forerunners feared does not die.
oh, that'll work. Yeah.
Things not
Our urge to create is immutable. We must create.
A threat from outside the galaxy.
Oh, we're way past that.
It is awake because you are here. You are.
What is that ring?
A door!
To what?
You could also be here. I doubt I'll use you though. I don't remember Vader talking to Fifth Brother. I only remember him talking to Tarkin and First Brother, Grand Inquisitor at the beginning of the series. Otherwise, I don't recall anything like that.
Dark places contain dark things.
I just got randomly reminded that the guy who played the Fifth Brother in live action was encouraged to do like his own version of it. But like, despite the fact that the character had already been established, so like, oh, don't either he'd be encouraged to, or he decided to only do his own version of it, which is just kind of strange. It's not like there's a massive amount of content to go check. Oh, what's up with the Fifth Brother? It's not like it would massively box you in either. You could just you could just do like, I don't know. You could just kind of have the voice be a bit similar, just kind of general mood. But irritates me when that happens. Like people in an adaptation when it's meant to be in the same line as the thing itself, and it's like, nah, I'll do my own thing. It's not your own thing, it's someone else's thing. They did it first. Oh yeah, he did have sideways eyelids. And I guess it was a budgetary thing? But out of all the visual effects of that show, I feel like that one's manageable. Could have just said, hey, yo, like they could have just said, okay, every time he blinks, I want you to cover it with a digital blink. You know? It's a disappointing thing not to see it done.
Dark places contain dark things. What did you find?
I'm $55 million per episode. Are you fucking kidding me? That show they did not spend $55 million an episode. I don't believe you. That isn't real. That isn't real. It doesn't look good enough to be $55 million an episode. How could you spend that much money? Shut the front door. It's not real. How much did Andor was $800 million total, right? For the 2 seasons. And it's 24 episodes. You divide 800 by 4 roughly, because it's 24 episodes out of no, you divide it by Okay, so it's 80. You divide that by 2, and then. So Andor's working with what, like $35 million an episode, 35 to 40, and it looks that good. And Kenobi is. Okay, so on the low end, Kenobi has the same money as Andor and doesn't look as good. But on the high end, Kenobi has significantly more money than Andor and doesn't look as good. Jesus.
The flood is proof enough of that. Or have you forgotten Vorodus's folly at High Charity?
That's just upsetting.
Join your human friends and sing sad songs, Manipular. There is judgment, and just doom is upon us all.
I'm sorry, did he?
Just doom is upon us.
Is that? That doesn't sound that way. What?
There is judgment, and just doom is upon us.
Just doom? Why is there just doom? I haven't fucked with anything with this. It's just. That isn't how it sounded. I've got a mini Mandela effect over here.
If we warn them, we give the flood time to spread.
The beast.
I must insist that you immediately change. Insist that you immediately change course. I must insist.
Yeah, just said that one.
The Forerunners were a wise, highly intelligent, noble people, and with a belief in justice, in peace, they bravely faced the adversary.
The shadows of forgotten history.
Just dumb. Also, for the record, Godzilla -1 had won a VFX Oscar a couple years ago. That full movie, the entire budget, including its marketing, was for. No, you. It can't be that easy. I mean, evidently not. It couldn't be easy. You just have to be. Were they just good at it? Were they just like, we know exactly what we want to make and the ways to make it, and we're not gonna like have any fat on it or something? How did -1 looks fucking great? It's on 10. That's. Ugh, I fucking hate massive studios. They always get it wrong.
Halo was some sort of super weapon.
Not always, but way too often. They got all this money and they're throwing it around and they can't fucking use it right for the life of them.
Give me a second to access.
Something buried.
The captain. We've got to stop the captain.
Keys? What
The
are we...
Why do we always have...
Okay. It was all in-house effects. Maybe they were just fucking specialists, man. That's just sad that would be the case.
Hold still!
Okay, need these sections for show. For show. Oh, here's a bit of fan film.
Jacob signal is close. Keep it tight.
Might use this, might not.
Help us. Join us.
Yeah.
Motion tracker reads friendly movement.
Yeah, all these bits I've got lined up, they're all things I expect to use.
All life dies. All worlds, too. And if there is guaranteed perpetual existence after that...
What does it matter how the end comes? I have pity within me, he said, and infinite time, but I also have impatience, because I am all things. She couldn't see where it ended. It had no boundaries. They still exist in me, as will you, and all the organics you serve. Do not be afraid, the Grave Minds.
I don't know about better than the official show. The official show just has all that shiny, at times that shiny we got money look to it. But it certainly has a bit more charm to it a lot of the time. I've been thinking about what the ideal adaptation for a Halo show would be, and I've come to the conclusion that it's probably not trying to make a show that fits into the canon alongside it. It would be a wholesale adaptation that is just more faithful to it. And it's real simple. You make a season that's an adaptation of The Fall of Reach with a few extra bits of lore sprinkled in there that's you can bring in for a richer case for a 12 episode season. Then you make a season of television based on the first game combined with different perspectives from the novel, maybe additional stuff from Fireteam Raven and the new novel coming out and stuff like that, like an Arbiter POV for a little bit. Then you make a season of television based on First Strike. Then you make a season of television based on Halo 2. Then, right? Because at this point we've gotten really popular, so we can sustain this sort of. We make a spin-off miniseries based on Ghosts of Onyx, and maybe a second one. Maybe they release in the same year because it's taking a while to make the big season 5 Halo 3 adaptation. Where we have an Ghost of Onyx and an ODST spin-off. You see the vision. And then you just season 5, you got a Halo 3 adaptation. And it'd be real simple, real straightforward. Oh boy, it so would be. In addition, after that you could do a Halo Reach or Contact Harvest adaptation to bring it full circle, because they're both prequels that achieve that goal. Halo Wars, you could just slip that in somewhere. You can make an anthology series like Tales from the Halo universe whilst you're working on the inevitable sequel series. You got so much material to work with. I don't think it interprets well to the show, personally. What do you mean by interpret? I don't quite follow in this context.
There's a warship smoothing our path to Earth. Everyone you know and miss will soon be joined with you in me. We exist together now, he said. Do you see the ship? The data she had on the Flood told her nothing compared to truly knowing how it actually felt to be slaughtered by them. So many have been consumed. Such a waste of existence to be devoured and forgotten. But what is remembered and known becomes eternal.
Nothing good can come from opening the deep, dark wounds of history.
Maybe that one.
Construct, you are dangerously close to unleashing a force you cannot comprehend.
We are the master hosts who gave you breath and form millions of years ago. We are the master rules you come to fight and ruthlessly destroy. Of an assault from outside the boundaries of our galaxy.
Yeah, that's no, we don't need that.
This is the way the world ends.
And like you.
I think it's hard to repace most of the books cinematically without making a lot of casuals fast forward the good parts. It's a wholesale adaptation, so we can add more action if we want. Ideally, what I'd actually want is a whole season of television dedicated to just the first third of the Fall of Reach novel, all about the Spartan program, like reading, like probably ending when Sam dies, or if you wanted to have like a fuller thing, you could end it on like the second half of the season is a like Silent Storm adaptation, because then he actually becomes the Master Chief, doesn't he? And then you have season two be like the like kind of jumping forward and forward in the Covenant War, leading to the fall of Reach in like the last third of the show. Then season three progresses with like the order I just said. That's what I'd actually want, but I think the more commercially viable thing is to, at the end of season one, we're going to the ring. I feel like you need that, because otherwise calling it Halo doesn't make any sense.
They will.
Then again, we've already have a show with Halo. Maybe that part isn't as important as I'm giving it credit for.
And like you, they will feed and grow fat on preeminence and power, on hubris and righteousness. And when they are at their ripest, the flood will feast once more.
Is that to be our punishment? It is the way of those who seek out the truth of the mantle. Humans will rise again in arrogance and defiance. The flood will return when they are ripe and bring them unity.
What is it? It is the cohesion, the meaning, the final equilibrium. This is the end. This is the flood.
And somewhere, out there in the darkness, the enemy may be loose. There is only struggle or succumb. Either way, the Primordial will have its team. We have met our creators. They have given us the answers we sought, and that is our curse. This we were told by the Gravemind, the greatest of them, who has consumed 10,000 planets and brought entire galaxies to an end. This we were told.
I'm basically I basically said what I'd actually like for a Halo adaptation would be a accurate and expanded adaptation of the first third of the Halo Fall of Reach novel, all about the Spartan program. Or if it's not like a whole season, then like have it be half a season, and then the second half is an adaptation of Halo Silent Storm, basically, like smush them together. Then season two, you go like still continue with Jong and Blue Team, but you're going from like from points to points to points in the Human Covenant War. Maybe you're seeing the different Spartans fall. Maybe you're seeing different casualties, big battles, big impactful moments. And then you have season three, at the end of that season, it's the Fall of Reach, and then season three, it's the Halo, and season four, it's First Strike, and season five, it's Halo 2, and season 6, it's Halo 3. And at some point, you have a spin-off later on, like between season 5 and 6 of like a Ghost of Onyx miniseries. That's the ideal for me, but it's less viable than the other option.
Close now. The monster.
Stay where you are!
Help me.
Until one day.
That's what I'm saying. At the end of season 1, at the end of season 2, you would be going to the Halo. But I think it would make more sense franchise-wise to have season 1 end, we're going to Halo. But considering where the old show left off, it might seem strange to retreading that ground. So, I don't know. The way I see it, if you have an accurate adaptation of the Fall of Reach novel, nicely placed over like 12 episodes, you can get people on board. Because it starts with something relatively new. And it ends with like the same place people were expecting it to go at the end of season 2 of the actual show that exists. So you could probably make it work for the normies. There's parts of Halo the Flood I really want to see done cinematically. Like specifically the part where he's dressed down by Colonel Silver. But I'd like to maintain like not seeing his face. I get somehow still conveying like how impactful like this like all the shit he's saying to John would be. And the reactions of other people, like regular soldiers, to seeing the Master Chief face, maybe like you see the Master Chief just from behind as he's walking through like the camp. There'd be really interesting stuff there. I've got a wacky concept for like a show that would fit into the canon that does like include things of like the Halo in it, but it would be it's a bit convoluted as a concept, to be honest.
Until one day,
The children of death were set upon the cosmos. Hubris and creation and gnashing of teeth. A cradled kind, torn asunder and set loose upon those beside and those before. Hunters of his kin, crafters of his yoke, blind to us, but bound to us. A new wave had crashed upon this galaxy's shores. A twisted deluge once more.
I kind of feel the same way. Not so much like screenplay, but I am seeing it like cinematically. Like I've been reading one of the like a while ago. I read one of the prequel Dune novels, the ones about the Machine War, and there's one particular moment in the third book that's like, I can see this so vividly, where these proto-Fremen, led by the protagonist of this particular kind of strain of the book's narrative, are raiding this camp of slavers, basically, to like get back at them for trying to enslave them. And there's this point where the protagonist is like he's committing actions that are in line with things he used to vehemently oppose, and he is becoming like his kind of personal rival who he had in a few books earlier. And so I'm imagining him as this raid is going forward in like kind of slow motion. He's dramatically ore farming, and he's looking over the carnage and seeing his former friend, long dead, just kind of standing amongst it as like an apparition, smiling at him because he has become the thing that he used to hate. He used to like stridently go against. Expanded Dune books don't have the best reputation, but I stand by the idea that the first 6 are pretty solid. But maybe they shouldn't have gone to like 16 of them. Maybe.
No. I have duties, and I have a terrible cargo here. Stay back! Stay back! You're not turning me into one of those things! I'll blow your brains out! Get away from me! Don't touch me, you freaks! I won't be like you. I'll die first! I can see it crawling, sliding around beneath their skin. And then they got up, started.
Dune is pretty bloody peak, not gonna lie.
What the commander means is that he wants you to take a spark out your ship and investigate. What the hell? You recognize this, Binti? Never seen it before. It's not from the league. It sure as hell isn't human. Parker, talk to me. No, wait. You tell me. What the hell are those things back there? We're not going anywhere until you tell me what they are.
He's an infected.
Infected?
I don't feel so good.
A big virus.
Not a virus, more of an infestation. It came with the Covenant prisoners and just spread. The more bodies they took over, the more... Taking over bodies? The Flood. Their infection forms get under a person's skin, making them a host. The biggest to assimilate them entirely. It wipes their memories, but retains some of their knowledge. Once the Flood completely controls what's
When this weird thing I've noticed making this edit, the Clone Wars show almost never shows Anakin lighting his lightsaber. That just play the sound and cut on it. So far, it's 1 against 7 showing Ignite. Was there something more expensive about him igniting the saber? I suppose not showing the sabers igniting is a teeny bit cheaper for the animation style.
right down to a cellular level. It transforms them into a weapon. A form infected by Flood is difficult to stop. They don't register pain, don't require all organs functioning, are fueled by such rage. They feel like disabled, they're extremely dangerous, mindless as animals, less than humans.
Yeah, right. What about your Flood?
The Flood is pure of intent, relentless, almost primordial. And it is like a virus, spreads as fast as one. I had to study it. We had this network, so we used Covenant.
Keep talking.
We were looking for weaknesses, a cure, an antibody, anything. We only had one infected Covenant, but we needed to see how it worked, how it spread.
That would be weird. Why? Is it just a cosmic accident? It would have to be. There's no other reason it would be the case.
So strong. You were testing on prisoners? We have no defense against such a foe. Any planet infected by the Flood would be overrun in a matter of days. More food for the Flood.
You know, I kind of dismissed the earlier seasons, the quality of their animation, based on their having a somewhat stilted look. But the actual quality of the lighting and compositing and the overall stylistic look of it of even the earlier seasons has really grown on me in terms of how impressive it looks overall. Obviously, it's nowhere near as smooth as later seasons would become, but even season 1 is like, damn, that looked good. That could look good a lot of the time. Look at it. Just watch the whole thing back to back. Fair enough. Do you got any new revelations about what episodes of the arcs and episodes of the Clone Wars are the bestest, and some of them not so the bestest?
Knowledge or knowledge of where to find food. They retain all useful information. You know this to be true. The Flood represents the greatest threat to humanity since the Covenant. A cure must be sought.
A cure? There is no goddamn cure.
They have unleashed it. Worse, it may already be loose.
Are you again hoping to take vengeance upon Forerunners for defying your race and surviving? Is that why you bring this plague down upon us all?
We are the Flood. There is no difference. Until all space and time are rolled up, and life in a twisted death. Death that spreads like spilled blood.
But a thickened stench of endless fear, and life gone desperately wrong. All with sweetness, for its grinding mill. I could only understand some of what the Hortons were trying to say. They wanted to be free. They wanted to die. They could not decide which.
A horrifying parasite that fed on and assimilated all sentient life. You should have punished my ancestor Sen, he gasped. There are entire species and civilizations innocent. What wrong have they done? They have yet to know suffering. This we shall bring to them with unrelenting dedication. All are instruments and receivers of our vengeance.
Their song grows in strength. Can you hear it? Each tune awaited ascension. All life, all things, rock and metal, soil and skin, and everything between and beyond.
Worse.
Hi, Charlie. By the gods, where's my back?
Yank me, Chief.
How horrific must it have been, Adequate wondered, for the warrior to find his body erupting into that dreadful form. What would his last thoughts have been?
Well, rewatching, having studied critiquing writing for the last 2 years, most of it's just garbage writing, and it creates an incredible animation given the schedule. Yeah, that's kind of, I've heard that take thrown around. Clone Wars was never like so close to my heart that it would like bother me. So I have watched many a video essay of someone saying, guys, I don't think the Clone Wars is actually that great. A big criticism I've seen that I do immediately understand is that Anakin is a fundamentally different character in Clone Wars in 90% of his appearances as opposed to the movie versions. He's much more squeaky clean in comparison to even Revenge of the Sith. You can rationalize like the trajectory of that and why it makes sense, but there's an effort to make him more immediately likable in a traditional way.
And was he in there somewhere, thinking now?
And that the Flood might again place
The most plot holes in maybe any show I've ever seen. Damn.
galaxy in peril. And that the Flood might again place the entire galaxy in peril.
Wellesley replied firmly.
Isn't there a particular? I remember the episode where Obi-Wan like disguises as someone else. Doesn't that the existence of technology entirely fuck over a big part of Andor? I've seen people talking about that, but I forget what it is. There's some technology in Clone Wars that's like, shouldn't this be mentioned in Andor because they're doing this? Huh?
Wellesley replied firmly. Were a carrier form to escape onto Earth's surface, the entire planet could fall. This threat is as dangerous as, if not more so than, the Covenant. Cortana and I agree. No Flood form can be allowed to leave this system.
He watched a small white pod of a creature latch onto a Marine's chest. Watched the life leave those eyes. Watched something else take over. A cold worm of dread coiled in his belly. It made them aggressive. Savage. They learn, Rimmer whispered. They take what you know and learn. As the Flood surged around the last corner and came toward them, a slavering mass of rage and violence and nightmares they never knew they had.
I've been watching Doctor Who. So that's saying something. Doctor Who is Doctor Who, classic, wonderful British institution. It's also one of the least consistent shows ever made. It's been going for 60 years. It's functionally been like 10 different shows, more like a bunch. It's been more than one different kind of show inside one Doctor's tenure. It's had so many different visions behind it, so many different writers, so many different priorities. It's all over the place, and and every contradiction in it is simultaneously canon because time travel, which means all the expanded universe media is both canon and not canon at the same time, and that's funny. Can access canonically the tech to change your voice appearance and turn invisible. Also, Obi-Wan's plan in the arc is nonsense. I forgot what his plan was. I just remember. Are you sure Anakin couldn't couldn't like be in on it? Are you sure? I know that's the point, but like, are you sure, Obi-Wan, you couldn't have let Anakin? Okay, you gotta sell that I'm dead. Anakin, Ahsoka, I'm gonna pretend to die, and you gotta sell it. You gotta sell it. Couldn't you trust them to try?
Footage of what Spartan 117 and the Marines who preceded him had found on Halo.
Perhaps there was a shred of truth amid the Prophet's lies. Life in the galaxy may be coming to an end, he said.
Once the Flood had consumed everything they needed on the ground, their insatiable hunger would direct them to this ship, where they would be unleashed upon the stars. If that happened, it was game over, not just for humanity, but all life.
There is a continuum of
Though few had encountered these monsters, all had heard the stories that had passed through the Navy over the last few years. All had some familiarity with the name of these nightmarish creatures, like the dark sailor myths of old. The miners of Site-22 had become a meal and a vessel for a timeless creature, a monster that knew how to wait and how to win. The Flood.
Come on, get in here now!
Okay, let me just arrange all this. His plan was to hire a bounty hunter to actually kill him, not tell Anakin. And the bounty hunter he hired was from Concord Dawn, so he has under Satine's jurisdiction. So he was hoping she wouldn't kill him. I suppose he does know Satine and can like. Why couldn't he have gotten Satine in on the plan? She's a politician. She can totally like act like a thing isn't real, like a thing that isn't true is true. Like I know she's a nice one, but you're a politician. That's you're just a kind of performer. That's just silly. And also all the tech stuff is very silly as well. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. I wonder if that particular idea was George Lucas's idea, because a lot of the Clone Wars concepts were like the Mortis arc. Like he's like, yo, do this, and he vetoed a couple things appearing in the Mortis arc, but generally he was like, yeah, Mortis. People that represent the balance of the Force. Yeah. The turn into that bounty hunter, but continue to openly use Jedi's skills in front of Dooku, and not stop him from assassinating Palpatine, so they could get the information to stop. It's still so stupid that he had armor on to protect his chest, but not his head, after actually telling the bounty hunter to kill him. That's... You know, I've just... That's... The more that you think about it, that is incredibly, unbelievably, stupendously stupid. You are... Lazy writing all round. Well, no lazy editing here. And I've done a little bit, organized clips for next time, all ready and such. Gonna end it now because gotta go to bed, not too late, and yeah, that's how it be. Obi-Wan is such an idiot so often in that show, just to make things easier. I mean, you would know, it's been so long since I've watched it. yeah. That's gonna be it for today. Tomorrow though, streaming tomorrow. Maybe see you then. Maybe see other people then. Maybe all good and stuff. Thank you for coming around. Remember me. Yes, it was very cool of you to be here, and anyone watching in the VOD. That too would be cool. Yes. Yeah. See you next time. Please check out that snippet of the edit. I will. And at some point I'll get round to trying out that Kenobi voice you want me to do. Yeah.